Here, turn the flash on my phone for some reason. Anyways, I'm gonna work on this. This one's a Bolens, but it's a Briggs. Briggs and Stratton 500 Series E. It's got an overhead valve. Carburetor was brought to me. It says the carburetor. Oh, not even carburetor. It says that it won't run. More than likely, I'm thinking carburetor. Especially with these stupid things and the gas nowadays. That's where I'm going to start. I haven't pre-diagnosed this, so as I'm working on it, you'll see what I find, and we'll go from there. Air filter's not horrible. Just a little bit of dirty on it. Dirty. It's not horrible, but we're gonna pull this off where the primer bulb is. This outer piece, we'll take this off. Pull the carburetor off. This has got one of those stupid plastic carburetor bowls on it, and we'll go from there. Oh, here. Prop you up here, maybe you can see. Maybe not. Boy, I can't get my phone to cooperate. There, you can kind of see what I'm doing, whatever. I believe these ones are 9/30 seconds on the inside, and the outside ones are a 5/16. I've done a couple videos on these ones here. Of course, these ones are the ones that say don't change oil on it, so it was probably the same damn thing. Matter of fact, where the hell's even the oil checker in? Over there. So, alright. There it is. I wasn't going to do a video because it's too windy, but wind died down finally. And the sun come up a little bit. This car is going by. So, now the 5/16 goes on the outer side of these covers. Wearing gloves because I figure it's about time to start wearing gloves after a amount of years of doing it and letting gas just run all over me and carb cleaner and everything else. So I said I made a trip to the local Harbor Freight there and picked up a couple things. These gloves were free, so good deal, I guess. You know, getting free stuff, so why the hell not? I mean, who doesn't like free, right? So, there, now you can pull this cover off. In the back here, you got your crankcase breather hose, just pops right off. Pull that off, your primer bulb, make sure that works. A little hole right here where my thumb is. You push that primer bulb on the other side, you should hear air come out, then you know it's working. So that's working on my end. Clamp off this gas line back here. Actually, we'll get a pair of pliers, take that off real quick. Got my angled nose, needle nose pliers here. I was ill prepared on this part. Spin this up if I can. Then we can get onto it better here. Just squeeze that, slide it back out of the way. I got these special pliers here that I got. They squeeze them and they pinch off the fuel line, so that works. Then reach up in here. You can work that hose free. crappy video. I'm trying to do this with one hand. There, boy, they make them hoses tight to fit. Here, your little gas comes out, whatever, no big deal. Or in your case, you could drain the whole fuel tank and deal with that, but I'm not about to deal with that. I got these pliers, makes my life a little bit easier. So now we're going to pull this carburetor straight out because there's nothing that holds it in other than it just slides over that with a little rubber ring. There's your Z clip for your throttle linkage. Just slide it, bend it, it comes right out. Alright, now we got that off. We'll go inside the shop here and clean this thing off. See if I gotta bring the wrench with me here. Pretty sure that's 9/30 seconds on those two. Yep. Sorry for the crappy stuff here. Video, but here, I'm gonna get in here and set up here and figure out where I'm gonna put this camera so that way you can see me clean this carburetor here and see what we find. I just, while the video's off, I did take and get this set up here so you guys can see. Like I said, sorry, I'm no camera person. I'll do this on my phone. I'm not fancy whatsoever. Had no special camera. So, the only thing I did off the camera when I didn't have it on, I just went over to a fuel bucket I have and I just tipped it up and let all the fuel drain out the nozzle here. So, yeah. So now we're going to pull it apart and see what's inside. What kind of goodies entail. There you can see better now. Well, I work on people's stuff just to make a little extra money because it's a hobby for me also to work on people's stuff. I like tinkering on stuff. Plus I like making money, so. But all the stuff I work on, I have a regular job that I work, but this here is my fun stuff that I like to do. Because this here is my fun time type deal, and this money I make from doing this goes actually right now was just going into my pocket before, but right now is going into my truck fund, my pickup. I got some videos on there of my pickup that I'm working on. To have a cool truck that I've had since I was a kid. So there's some videos on there of that truck that I've been working on, but I haven't worked on it in quite a while because it's getting fall time around here, and fall time just means hurry up and get stuff done before snow flies. So, I'm in the process of doing all that stuff, but also trying to fix up all these people's stuff. Why the hell, speaking of fall, why the hell this guy would bring a lawnmower to me, you know, in the fall time, but maybe he just wants it to mulch up leaves or something, I don't know. Of course I don't have a flashlight for you, but you can see too well, but see if you can see it here. Tip this up. I don't know if you can see it without the light here. I'm trying to make it so you can see. But down in there's a little bit of water in the bottom of the bowl here. Sorry if you can't see it. There's only, I don't know, like one or two droplets. So, you know, a little more than that if you put it all together. So there's a little bit of water in there. So maybe that's why it won't run. It's no big deal. So we're going to clean that out. So that means I'm going to drain that tank a little bit into a bowl or a cup or something. See if I can get any more water out of that tank. So that's what I'm going to start there. We're going to clean up this, put this back together while we're right here before I go out there and do that. But get this all cleaned up. I need to buy some more strips. I gotta get a workbench too. This is the top of my toolbox, which I don't really care to do one, but on top of my toolbox. But whatever. I could buy the butcher block for the top of this snap-on box, but either that or the stainless steel one, that'd be nice. Stainless steel one would probably be bad, but either way, say snap-on on them, so they're expensive as AF. So maybe down the road, after I start buying some stuff for my truck, maybe this money will go working on stuff will go towards getting stuff in my toolbox, you know. And then eventually down the road, be buying a decent garage, because this is just a shed that was here with my house. So, alright. Pole's clean. Here's a carburetor. Plastic junk. Anyways. You don't see that yet. Float is held in there by the pin, and the pin's held in there because it just snaps down into these two little plastic locks. So just take a screwdriver down in underneath, just pry up gently, and it should pop right up out. Of course, the float fell out, or the float needle valve fell down inside there, but no big deal. Check the pin. Pin looks good. Float's looking, get my rag here. Float's looking pretty good too. I always shake them to see if there's any gas in them, because if they leak, then you get flooding. But needle valve does have a rubber tip on it. It seems to be alright. Nothing wrong with that. So, gonna blow a little bit of carb cleaner through your main inlet of your gas line into your, where it comes out into the needle valve area. Just spray a little bit of carb cleaner in there, just make sure it's cleaned out, which it should be. Yep. Alright, we're good there. Now, I'm going to pop the centerpiece out here, which you can, comes out. Just take a screwdriver. There's little edges, there's two little tabs on each side that kind of just slightly hold it in there. Just pry out on it ever so slightly, you don't want to break it. Oh, pop that out, dummy. That just pops right back in. See if I can get a smaller screwdriver here. Here we go. Get the proper tools. Ouch. Damn. There we go. Bazinga. It's out. Matter of fact, when I pulled that out, a bunch of gas ran out the throat here. See it dripping? That tells me something plugged in there, because if it's not allowing it to siphon just right. Maybe I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Hey, I'm not always right either, so I'll admit that. This piece here comes off. You can just twist your screwdriver slightly, and it'll help pry it up. Then once you get it past a certain point, the screwdriver won't reach, then you can just pull it off by hand like that. So we're just going to check this out, make sure it's getting fuel. All cleaned out. There's a little orifice right here. You see it's got a little hole in it. That's where the fuel comes up in. And then it travels over. Sorry, my gloves here. Here, let me get the screwdriver. It comes in here, and it travels through this tube over into here, into the main jet area, which then goes into here. And then you got all these little holes right here. And this is your main jet. That all the fuel comes out into your carburetor. And then these here just transfer fuel a little bit too. This is also your main jet piece here too, so you gotta make sure this is really clean, because that goes up into the main stem here. So, of course, I don't know where my... Gotta get a new one then, I guess. I take a wire brush and a pair of pliers. Take a regular pair of pliers, you just grab one bristle. Here, come on. There. And just give it a tug out. And then there you go. Oh, you can't see it, but I do well. But focus. But that little piece right there is all you need. I pull that out of a regular brush, and then that's small enough that you can go through and clean out every one of these little orifices. Of course, you make sure the wire brush is clean, obviously. But that'll go right down in there. It looks like it pulled something out right there. Yep. So out of this one, I just picked out a little bit of, looks like pieces of plastic or something. A little small, probably can't see it. Of course, camera ain't focusing. Right there. That little piece of crap just come out of this piece here, out where the brass is and down inside there. Of course, you couldn't even see it really. Oh, see, here's some more. Looks like a, what the hell is that? Like a goo, or like the plastic maybe deteriorating a little bit. That's what it looks like. So that was down inside there, like I said. So I cleaned that out best I can with this little pick. See that right there on my thumb? That little piece right there. Right, yeah, there. That come out of that little hole. So that's enough to plug it too. So I'm gonna run some carb cleaner through that too, make sure it's nice and clean. Alright, that looks good. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to grab this other main piece here. Check this all over. It's not looking too horrible. Of course, like I said, and that that other one didn't look bad either, but until I picked it out and then crap come out of it. But here, sorry, I might do this so you can see it. I run this little wire brush, of course you can't see that too great. I run it through all the little holes on, focus camera, right there. My camera's having a hard time today. Anyways, you can kind of see it there, those little holes. Run the wire brush through each one of them, and just make sure those are all cleaned out. And then your main, like I said, your main little orifice down here, I call it jet, I don't know the exact name, but whatever. Your main pilot jet, or pilot, where the fuel comes into. We'll make sure that's clean. So we're going to blow some carb cleaner through that too. You can put air to it too, but I wouldn't recommend putting a lot to it, being it's only plastic. Stuff tends to come apart and doesn't work out into your benefit. There's stuff it blows apart and gets you know, lost because it blows halfway across the shop or some crap, you know. Alright, how's this go again here? Jeez, bro, forgot now. Okay, dang. Match the puzzle together here. Trying to figure that one out. Boy, that looks stupid. But pushes right back down on there, snaps right back down. Make sure it's on there nice and tight, and it's all back together. There's that piece of crap. Now, just blow through all the little orifices on this too. But like I said, careful putting air to it. That little shiny piece down there is your Welch plug. You put air to it, you could actually blow that piece right out of there, and then you'd be kind of screwed. You can try to put it back in. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they don't. But you're better off just running carb cleaner. There's a little port right here, and another one over here. Just stick the straw of the carb cleaner right in there and just fog it. And then, you know, if it comes out other places in the carburetor, just look it for it. And if it comes out other places, dropping stuff here. Oh, crap. Yeah, so clean that up, put that back in there. So this here, I don't know if you can see it. So this is your main side and your throttle. So this piece that just fell out of here goes down inside. Basically, sorry, so you can see. This piece just fell out here. That goes down inside into the throat of the carburetor. Basically, this is your venturi. Venturi's you're restricting the airflow through the center, creating more velocity of air flowing in. This goes into there, and then right where this little hole is, right there, is where the main jet of this piece goes up through and kind of holds it in place. So I'm gonna kind of thread that needle back down in through there, but yeah. So I'm gonna finish blowing out all this, and I'll come back when I go to put it back together. That way, I'm making a huge ass video here. So, all right, back here, I got that piece in there. I'm holding it in my finger right now. That center venturi piece. Now we're gonna put these back up in there. Like I said, these go in a certain way. Goes just like that. Pop that back down in there. A little piece is coming out up through the center, in case you can't see. So I got the best of lighting in here. Oop. Yep. So make sure it's in there. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna do the float and the pin here. Show you how I do this. I take the needle valve, hang it on the float, grab the float pin. You've got to put this one in, because this one's snaps down in, so it's not like the older style where you slide the float pin in. So then you just set it down in there like so. Press right here with your thumb. Boom. It's in. Floats there. Sitting a little bit lower right there. It's not horrible, but see if we can maybe bend it out just a little bit, but I doubt it. But that's where it's going to sit. So then you pop your cover back on. This does go on the cover does go, the bowl, I should say, it does go back on a certain way, because it has to go to where it lines up here. This little piece has a little stem that comes off this way. That's how you want this flat cover. Goes right back on that way. Of course, it can only go on two different ways, because it's only got 2 bolts that hold it in. So put these bolts back in, and then I'll go out and get it bolted up and come back. Alright, back here, got the carburetor right here. I'll show you this real quick. I can do this one-handed. Here's your hole right here. It's going to go onto that Z-bend. Of course, I think I'll stay there. Let's see if I can do this. Well, I ain't going to be able to do this two-handed here, especially with the camera. I don't know if you can see that because the sun's hitting the screen and I can't see what I'm doing. But it just hooks in like that, boom, down there. I'll get this all buttoned back up with the screws and everything, and I'll come back. That way, like I said, I'll make it a huge long video. Oh yeah, so I was going to drain the gas a little bit, see what I could see. Looks really shiny there, but it's really cloudy. The camera's not really doing justice. Of course, you can see a little bit of water on the side of the can here. That's sticking there. Because I believe that there is some water in there. Well, I got this jug here. One way to really do it is test it and see if by tipping it up. See what comes out. I don't know if you guys can see that, probably not. But there is some water in there. Just a little bit. So, see how that's dripping like that? It's got water in it, so it is what it is. Go drain off a little bit more and I'll come back and hopefully have it running for you. Here, I'll show you what it's doing right now. So, prime it, choke it, let's see what it's doing here. Wants to run, but it's not revving up like it should, so leaving to believe now it's something with the governor. So I'm gonna pull this cover off and come back and see what I find. Alrighty, this is what I found here. Got the cover off, took the gas tank off. Here's the spring just hanging here, not even hooked up. So we gotta bring that over here and hook it up somehow. Figure out where it goes here. And I don't remember where it goes. I can't remember on these ones. I think it goes on the backs or the fronts here. So I'm not positive. Oh, okay, it goes right there. I see now. Dummy. There's a hole right here in the bottom of the governor linkage or arm. Governor arm. Alright, set that one down. There. Got that hooked back up now. So now it's got tension on it. Now it should start up and run. Also, one thing I was looking at is this armature gap here. Maybe these newer engines are supposed to have tight tolerances, but there's like no gap there. I'm like, Jesus. So it makes you wonder who the hell put these things together, because you look at these here, the lock nuts and these carriage bolts, they got a square head on them. Well, guess what? On this inside is where the square head is. So they got that on backwards. So, like I said, it makes you wonder who the hell puts these stupid things together. Of course, I mean, I guess you get what you pay for. Because these are cheap ones that you can get from like wherever, you know, but still, it's like, damn. So here, see that? That's snapping right back. We're good there. Like I said, I still don't like that armature gap. But I swear to God that thing's touching. So I'm gonna go, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back this off